Nest at Eau Claire Memorial High School. Zaleski Sports presents Big Rivers Conference boys basketball in a great matchup tonight between the River Falls Wildcats, 12-3 overall, 5-2 in the Big Rivers Conference, tied for second place with Hudson, versus Eau Claire Memorial. The Old Abes are 13-3 overall, 7-0 in the BRC. They are the first place team in the standings. Memorial ranked number 10 in the Division I Zaleski Sports rankings. River Falls number 18 in Division II. Bob Radovich along with Dave Sparger here at the Eagles Nest. And Spargs, if this second matchup between these teams is anything like the first one, we are in for an entertaining night. Memorial won that one in overtime, 68-61. That was back on December 15th.
Yeah, that was a dandy game over there in River Falls. And if you reflect back to that game, Eau Claire Memorial actually was up 20 points at one time. And then River Falls cut it to 10 with just a couple minutes left, and they just went on a tear to close out the game in regulation to tie it and send it to overtime. And the Old Abes answered, though. They were able to put things away at the free throw line. Specifically, Bryce Hedke was able to knock down a ton of free throws in the overtime to get that big-time victory. But, yeah, what an outstanding contest over there, and I expect the same thing tonight.
In that game, Memorial got double-figure performances from Wesley Mboga, who had 19 points, Julius Clark 15, Cooper Jesperson 14, although he did foul out and did miss that overtime session. River Falls was led by Joey Butts, who put up 32 points on 13 of 19 shooting.
Yeah, Joey Butts and Cooper Jesperson, those guys can carry a team by themselves. They can go on a heater and get those 30 to 34 points a night, so that'll be interesting tonight to see if one of those two just take off and carry the load.
Cooper Jesperson, the junior for Eau Claire Memorial, leading scorer on the season for Memorial, 20.7 points per game. He's shooting 40.6 from behind the arc. Bryce Hedke, while he averages 7.5, is shooting 45.2 behind the arc. Then you add in Wesley Mboga, 13.7 points, 5.9 rebounds per game. Really good balance on the Memorial side. For River Falls, Joey Butts leads the way, 21.4%, 44.8 from behind the arc. Preston Johnson, the junior, averages 10.4 points per game. He is shooting at a 42.9% clip from the floor. Another guy to keep an eye on today is Eli Johnson. He wears number 4 for River Falls, 6'6", junior forward, averages 8.7 points per game, and he's shooting almost 60% from the floor. He also averages 7.1 rebounds per game. He is a Division I football recruit as a tight end. And oh, by the way, his dad is former Blue Gold standout Mike Johnson, who just happens to be the district administrator of the Eau Claire area school district.
Yeah, he's put together. He's not just 6'6" and an interior player. That kid is solid. He is put together, and like you said, a D1 football prospect, so you know he's been in the weight room.
Today's pregame show is brought to you by Asher Exteriors. Call Asher's for your free, no-obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit GoAsher.com. That is GoAsher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today at 888-GO-ASHER. Spargs, we've seen this Old Abes team throughout the season. Coming into this matchup tonight, what would you say the keys are for Memorial?
Memorial transition defense. They've got to keep River Falls in the half-court set. River Falls wants to score in transition, so Memorial's got to get back, and they got to rebound. You know, that's the thing now. You talk about that Johnson inside and Severson, you know, a bunch of big kids inside for rebounding. Old Abe's got to match that tonight and offensively take care of the basketball, right? No turnovers, get their good shots, and knock them down.
It's interesting. Both of these teams took part in the Wisconsin versus Minnesota border battle last Saturday, hosted by Benilde St. Margaret's High School. They both lost. River Falls lost to Edina, Minnesota. Eau Claire Memorial lost to Park Center. Of course, those games were played with the shot clock, so a little different dynamic. But they, again, you know the drill. Hey, you might take an L, but you're playing some high-level competition.
Yeah, that's exactly why both those teams took that competition on, right, is to play somebody better than they are, to try to get better and improve and learn from it. So they should both be a better team tonight. It'll be fun to watch.
Now's your chance to join the team at Blue Northern, hiring for drivers in Eau Claire and Sparta. Apply online today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com. Right now, our national anthem.
Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national
event tonight here at the Eagles Nest. There's still room for you if you want to stop down and watch some high-level boys high school basketball. Otherwise, if you want to relax at home, sit back. Sparks and I have you covered the rest of the way here on Zaleski Sports. We'll turn it over to PA announcer Brian Knopp for tonight's starting lineups.
Eli Johnson. A 6'1" junior, wearing number 10, Preston Johnson. A 6'3" senior, wearing number 13, Hayden Bottleston. A 6'1" senior, wearing number 24, Joey Buck. And a 6'3" senior, wearing number 50, Jonas Stevenson. Head coach is Zach Kendall. Here's your starting lineup for the Eau Claire Memorial All-Day. A 6'2", wearing number 1, Elliot Height. A 6' junior, wearing number 2, Julius Clark. A 6'1" junior, wearing number 3, Bryce Hetke. A 6'3" junior, wearing number 4, Cooper Jesperson. And a 6'4" junior, wearing number 11, Wesley Moda. Head coaches, Chad Brisky. Officials in tonight's contest are Ted Bassett, Trey Rowell, and Steve Schultz.
In the rolled blue jerseys, the gold numerals and gold trim. Eau Claire Memorial in the home whites. Purple numerals, purple and black trim. Veteran officiating crew tonight and a nice crowd here on hand. And big one for Memorial Sparks. A win tonight moves them very close to capturing that Big Rivers Conference title. Oh, it's still plenty of games left, but would really give them a leg up in that conference race.
Yeah, I'd give them that stranglehold, right? You'd be 3 up on River, you'd be 2 up on Hudson, so you'd really be sitting pretty there for the second half of the season.
River Falls wins the tap. Here's Preston Johnson. Fires to Joey Butts. 3 out of the corner. Good.
Good start for Butts.
River Falls on top. On a Joey Butts three-pointer. Here's Cooper Jesperson for Memorial. Julius Clark took a tumble trying to cut through the lane. Hetke gives it up. Jesperson for the answer.
Absolutely. Good job with that dive inside and then a back screen. Got him open.
Abe's trying to defend the post. Good work by Bryce Hetke, but they're going to get Hetke on the foul trying to interrupt that entry pass to Jonas Severson. Preston Johnson to throw it in. Finds Severson. Severson, the kick out. Work it up top to Preston Johnson. Abe's playing man-to-man here against River Falls. And a takeaway by Wesley Mboga.
Well, that's exactly why the Old A's want to force them to play that half-court offense. They can set their defense and play it.
Long distance 3 by Jesperson, rims out. Preston Johnson back the other way, knocked away from behind. Then another near steal by the Abes. Clark able to save it, and great work by Elliot Height.
Great hustle, Julius Clark and the rest of them.
Jesperson fouled on the drive. Good pace early on here, Sparks.
Yeah, and Cooper being very offensive-minded. You know, a lot of games he'll just kind of take his time to get it in the flow. I think he realizes this is an important one, especially when he's going up against Joey Butts, who's going to put up his points.
Hetke gets it into Height. Dribble handoff, Jesperson. A little hesitation move to get around Eli Johnson. Hetke to Height. Jesperson into the lane. Little floater is good.
Again, staying aggressive.
5-3 Memorial.
Jesperson with all 5.
Eli Johnson swings it over to Jonas Severson. Trying to get it to Butts. Knocked away by Jesperson. And Hayden Bottelson will throw it in for River Falls. Preston Johnson guarded by Mboga. Down low, Eli Johnson knocked away by Julius Clark. And scooped up by Height.
Julius Clark so good with his hands on defense.
That was a football matchup with Eli Johnson as a tight end and Julius Clark as a defensive back wide receiver. So those guys have matched up against each other in a couple sports. Jesperson, good look from distance. It's no good. Bottleson tracks down the rebound. Now here's Butts. Picks up the dribble, finds Bottleson, back to Butts. Good closeout by Clark. Eli Johnson to Severson. And he's tripped up by Hetke, so that's 2 fouls on Hetke. And Chad Brisky's going to go to the bench and bring in Shamar Simmons.
Yeah, tough break for the Old Abe there as Hetke picked up his second early here in the first half. Hetke's just a nice glue player for this offense. Really moves the basketball and finds good opportunities to make a three.
Simmons not much of a scorer, but he's a good defensive presence and a strong kid as well. And sure enough, he comes up with the loose ball.
Yeah, good job digging down to get it out of the post.
Clark on the penetration. Height for 3. It's good.
Boy, you don't see that much from Elliott Height, but he felt it there. Drains it.
An 8-0 run by the Old Abes, and they grab a 5-point lead with 15:02 to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Olympic Flame Restaurant in Eau Claire since 1980. Uncle Ampros brought homemade family recipes from Greece, and the tradition continues today at Olympic Flame Restaurant. Eau Claire's best kept secret, Olympic Flame Greek Restaurant on London Road. Abe's on an 8-0 run. Let's see what River does coming out of that timeout. In traffic, Preston Johnson.
Got that up just before he fell down. Tough hoop.
Abe's with the ball in a 3-point lead. Height gives it up to Simmons. Up top, Jesperson thought about the 3. Now Julius Clark from distance, and that is good.
Old Abe's hot from the arc right now.
3's from Jesperson, Height, and now Clark. Offensive foul, Eli Johnson. Shamar Simmons taking the charge.
Well, you talked about his forte was playing defense. That's 2 plays in a row now on a defensive end. Great job by Shamar Simmons.
And continuing that football to basketball theme, Shamar Simmons, of course, running back for the Old Abes.
Yeah, that time Eli Johnson just wanted to turn into the paint there and kind of lowered his shoulder to get extra separation and get called for it.
Clark loses the handle. Here's Butts. Nice step-through move in the finish.
Yeah, good Euro step to get around the defender and lay it in.
Yeah, Butts is one of those guys, known primarily for his three-point shooting, but he's got that overall game that he's really developed in these last couple of years. Abe's with the ball, leading by 4. Jesperson
and again
stays hot. Quickly back the other way. Here's Bottleson. They swing it to Eli Johnson. To Preston Johnson. He'll launch from distance, and that is good.
Well, both teams putting on a shooting clinic right now.
Here's Mboga. Now Simmons, knocked away by Bottleson. Simmons retrieves. Jesperson's 3 is short.
Yeah, he knew that one at left. He tried to follow that up.
Preston Johnson to the hoop. Loose ball on the baseline, last touch by the Abes.
Coach Campbell wants basket interference there since the Old Abe slapped the backboard when the ball was up there.
Owen Gibson, 6'4" senior, enters, and he'll replace Elliott Height. Severson up top to Eli Johnson. Now Preston Johnson. Inside to Eli Johnson, knocked away. Good defense by Gibson. Clark cross court to Simmons. Jesperson. Baseline drive.
Oh, he drew the foul. Good drive.
He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Well, much like what we talked about Joey Butts, how he's developed his all-around game. When Cooper Jesperson was a freshman, strictly a spot-up shooter. A good one and a good ball handler, but he didn't attack the rim as much. These last couple of years, he's got the whole package now.
You get a little bigger, get a little stronger. You can take that in and draw the contact and finish, and that's a lot of times he's able to do that. Boy, Brad, I just don't remember a game this season where he has been so aggressive right out of the gate trying to score.
Ian Bauer in for Eau Claire Memorial. Bauer has really been a revelation this year. 6'1" sophomore. He's averaging 6.1 points per game. He's shooting almost 45% from behind the arc.
Yeah, he's usually their first sub off the bench. He's their sixth man. He does a tremendous job.
1 of 2 for Jesperson. Brody Gretz, number 23, has entered for River Falls. That's him in the backcourt. He's being hounded by Bauer. Gretz gives it up to Severson. Abe's really pressuring the basketball.
You know, we talked about River Falls. The old days want to keep them on that half-court set and not let them get in transition. Well, if you could score the basketball, that's the best way to do it, because then they're always taking it out of bounds before they can head the other way.
Severson, tough shot in the lane.
Good aggressive shot there by Severson. Nice
Well,
move.
well defended, but he was able to get that jump hook up and over. 3-point lead for the Abes. They got the ball. Mboga takes it in the lane. Floater is good.
His first 2 of the night. He's been a little quiet.
Mboga's another guy who's really developed his game. When he started getting varsity minutes, he was a rebounder. He's a guy who played defense, and his offensive game has started to evolve. And again, I think he's one of those guys that's kind of scratching the surface. Entry pass knocked away by the Abes. Simmons to Mboga. Three-pointer, yes!
Well, that's the difference right now. The old days are knocking down that 3.
Yeah, River Falls has the 1 3-pointer that started the scoring tonight from Joey Butts, but they've not hit a 3 since. Defense has really made it problematic for River Falls. And a tough shot there by Bottleson.
Yeah, a real tough finish. A lot of body, a lot of contact underneath, and they just let him play through it.
Abe's bench wanted to travel that time. They thought he lifted that pivot foot. Jesperson on the drive. Contact, and he'll shoot a pair.
Might be Eli Johnson's second one. And it is.
So 2 fouls on Eli Johnson. And he's the one guy that the Abes just don't have anybody at that height and that strength inside. But they can throw a lot of different guys at him and defend him that way.
Yeah, physically, Mboga is probably the guy that best matches up. Doesn't have the height, but he's certainly physical enough.
Cody Olson has entered for River Falls. He wears number 11, a 6'3" senior who averages 1.5 points in a game.
Wow.
Jesperson has missed 3 of his last 4 free throw attempts.
Yeah, that's unusual for him.
Well, he's too close to the basket, Sparks. He needs to back up to about 24 feet. Gretz on the drive, gets Bauer in the air, and Gretz with the finish.
Nice shot fake right there.
Memorial ball up by 4 in a fast-moving and high-scoring first half from Eau Claire Memorial High School.
I think these two teams are getting used to playing with a shot clock like they did this weekend.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Jesperson from distance. Good box out by Gretz. Olsen corrals the rebound and back to Gretz.
Old A's want that moving screen up top. Didn't get it.
Severson from distance. That's no good. Loose ball. Severson picks it up. Count the bucket and the foul. Just good aggressive play by the Wildcats in that possession.
Yeah, a lot of loose change running around on the floor right there, and Severson was one able to get to it, take it hard to the hole, and draw the end one.
Elliott Height, one of the starters, back in for Memorial. Jonas Severson at the line. Trying to complete the traditional three-point play. He does, and we've got a one-point game.
Yeah, River Falls on a 7-0 run right now.
Clark up top. Gets it to Bauer. Abe's rotated to Jesperson, driving on Gretz. Height. Now River Falls has really extended its defense.
Yeah, you'll see River switch all those ball screens, and actually sometimes they'll trap out of that too.
Jesperson into the lane, contact on the drive. And once again, aggressive play by Cooper Jesperson is going to result in a foul on River Falls.
A foul on Severson, and they are going to give him 2, so they're going to say he was in that shooting motion. Now for the Old Abes, Jesperson just needs to knock him down.
Yeah, again, such a good shooter, and normally a good free throw shooter too. Well, again, announcer jinx. We're talking about it. You see his dad, who's one of the assistant coaches, is giving him the motion from the bench to follow through.
Yeah, just follow through and hold. He was telling him just. And of course, nothing but
Yeah,
net.
well, dad knows best, right?
It helps when you can listen to him for a change.
Well, there's that. 2-point lead for the Abes.
Abe's doing their run and jump here.
Severson corrals that one. Bottleson out of the corner. That three is no good. Severson wins the rebounding battle. Here's Gretz for 3. That's way off. Good possession by River Falls, and it got him an open look, but could not convert.
Yeah, 2 open looks from outside the arc.
Imboga with the basketball for the Abes. Gets to Jesperson. Good closeout by the Wildcats. Jesperson on the drive. Tried to get it to Height. It somehow got to him. Now he tried to get it to Bauer, stolen by Bottleson.
Yeah, a little too much traffic inside that time for that pass. Oldies probably just needed to kick it out to the perimeter and reload.
Gretz. Nice hesitation, move in the finish. Brody Gretz, 4 points off the bench for River Falls, and we are all even, 21-all.
Gretz with a nice job of giving River Falls a little lift off the bench.
Double team, Jesperson. Bauer has it out to Imboga. Clark, driving baseline,
Yeah, that's gonna be a
contact,
charge,
offensive foul.
Looks like the Wildcats, every time there's a ball screen for Cooperson, they're going to double him and make him get rid of the basketball. So you'll see the Old Abes trying to slip that screen and try to create a little 4-on-3 if they can.
Bauer is out for Memorial. Owen Gibson back in, number 22. Now the Abes will pick up full court. Clark guarding Gretz. Comes the double team. Olsen gives it up. Bottleson up top. Back to Brody Gretz. Butts, he's been kind of quiet of late.
Yeah, Jesperson's been guarding him on this end of the court. He's done a nice job.
Help defense by the Abes. Nearly results in a turnover, but underneath is Bottleson, and he'll go to the line.
I actually thought Bottleson traveled before he got that up, kind of shuffled his feet in there. But no call, and was able to get up that reverse and draw the foul.
Yeah, it just seems, Spargs, in these last couple offensive possessions for River Falls that they want to just pound it in the post and get the ball down low and see if they can get something going down there. And if not, they're content to kick it out and reverse it and try something on the other side.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of a mismatch inside. You're right. When they run that offense and the Old Abs are switching things, they're looking for those mismatches inside where a guy can post up and take them to the hole.
So River Falls in the lead for the first time since it was 3-0. 1-2 that trip for the Wildcats. Jesperson fouled again on the drive.
Yeah, Jesperson's good on those drives of being able to draw contact. He'll lean into that defender and then kind of bounce off a little bit to try to draw those fouls, and it's been working tonight for him.
And he gives you that hesitation dribble too, and that's tough to defend.
Yeah, you got to help early if he's driving.
Because he's going fast, and he slows it down, and then boom, he turns on the Jets again. Gets it in the corner to Clark. Clark will penetrate. Off the glass, no good. River in transition. Joey Butts for the layup.
One of the few times that the Wildcats have been able to do that, but Joey Butts getting out ahead of the pack that time.
Started out with a strong rebound. There's Mboga to the hoop. Abe's back within one, just over 6.5 to go, first half. Let's back it out to Preston Johnson now. Butts driving on Jesperson, gets to the glass and scores.
Gibson a little late on the help there, and Butts able to get to the glass.
3-point lead for River Falls. Memorial with the basketball. Mboga into the lane. Tough fall-away shot. It won't go. Rebound by Cody Olson. Now Gretz in transition. And that time they get him on the travel as he dragged that pivot foot.
Yeah, he had Mboga come over, and he knew he wasn't going to get up over the top of him. And like you said, he dragged that pivot foot as he tried to reverse and kick it out.
For over 30 years, Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors has been the #1 home seller in northwestern Wisconsin with more than 70 realtors averaging more than 15 years of experience per agent. Why turn any place else for realty in the Chippewa Valley? Call Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors. Abe's with the ball down by 3. Jesperson nearly lost it. Bauer inside. Gibson partially blocked. Kick out by Clark to Mboga. Three-pointer rims out. Bauer the rebound, the bucket, and the foul.
Eli Johnson just checked back in. We'll have to see if he draws his third.
Cody Olson picks up the foul, so River Falls bench breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, absolutely. Both those guys down inside, but like you said, he gave it to Cody Olson that time. That'll be his first.
Ian Bauer knocks down the free throw, and we're back to even. Under 5.5 to go, first half here from Eau Claire Memorial High School. And knocked away by Simmons. Jesperson on the push. Bauer back to Simmons, near side. Jesperson fouled on the drive.
Going to get him on a hand check again on that drive, and that'll put Jesperson to the line to shoot the bonus.
Feels like a broken record. Jesperson getting fouled on the drive. Jonas Severson back in for River Falls.
But again, he drew it like you talked about before, that little hesitation dribble. Gets that defender off just a little bit, and then when he recreates that drive, they're putting hands all over him, kind of hip checking him, and they're going to call it.
An SC Swiderski apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Jesperson just 1 of 2 that trip. Severson wins the battle for the rebound. Preston Johnson on the drive. Kick it out to Eli Johnson. Here's Braden Gretz. Braden is the senior. Brody is the sophomore. Out of the corner, there's Braden Gretz. No good. Jesperson the rebound.
Good job by Jesperson flying in there from the perimeter to get that board.
Coach Chad Brisky calling out a play from the bench.
River Falls has gone to a zone. That's why he was calling out their zone attack here.
Jesperson on the drive, finds Simmons for the bucket.
Good look right there for Jesperson. Again, the drive creating. Ian Bauer has drawn the task of trying to stay with Butts on this half, and he is basically going full denial. He's trying not to let him get it back.
And a good cut to the basket. Preston Johnson on the finish. Clark into the lane, into the bucket.
Coach Brisky from the old A's wants a timeout right here.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
At Marquardt Motors, we want our customers to experience the highest possible level of satisfaction. That's why we offer the largest selection of new and used vehicles at the lowest possible price. It's why we offer Saturday service, and we have our own body shop on site. I'm Dave Marquardt. I invite you to come experience the personal service we've worked for 50 years to achieve and will continue to improve on for many years to come.
A&W Peppermint Shakes are here. They are the ultimate refreshment, available in a regular and Oreo at your nearest A&W All-American Food locations in Altoona, Connaught, Withee, and Spencer. River Falls basketball down by 3. We're under 4 minutes to go, first half. Braden Gretz nearly lost it, tracks it down. He's being guarded by Bryce Hetke, who's returned to the lineup for the Aves. Cooper Jesperson getting a rest for Memorial. Severson inside, gets that one to drop. Good patient move down there, low blocks by Severson.
Well, you talked about before, River Falls looking for that mismatch inside, and that's going to be a mismatch, Severson against Hedke.
Bauer will launch from distance. That's no good. Eli Johnson the rebound. Preston Johnson now. Gives it up to Braden Gretz. They work it up top to Butts. Guarded by Ian Bauer. Bauer's got some length. Johnson will launch from outside, and that's good.
That was deep, too.
Preston Johnson up to 10 points. Wildcats with the 2-point lead. Hetke out of the corner. That's no good. Severson, good box out for the rebound. Preston Johnson nearly traveled. Here's Joey Butts for 3. It's no good. Hetke the rebound. Mboga guarded by Johnson. Mboga, tough shot. It's no good. Butts the rebound. Good defense that time, Eli Johnson. Butts will launch, and that's good for 3.
Yeah, Bauer lost him in transition. He was able to bring it up and just stop and pop, and he drained it.
8-0 run by the Wildcats, and they are back in the lead. Clark into the lane, puts up the shot. It's no good, but he will head to the free throw line. The Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through high school right here in Wisconsin. For more information, visit ruralvirtual.org. Foul goes on Braden Gretz, and that is his second. Marquardt Motors, your local Buick and GMC dealer, has the area's largest pre-owned and new vehicle inventory with new arrivals daily. View the inventory at marquardtmotors.com or stop in to talk to a friendly salaried sales consultant. Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more for every room, every door, and every window. Place your trust in SOS Security. Sparks, I'll be interested to see how long the Abes will keep Cooper Jesperson.
How about next whistle?
On the bench. Yeah.
He's already checked.
Oh,
in.
he's okay. Well, see, I'm reading spots,
you are.
and you're watching.
And here
good.
he comes.
Somebody's
Yeah.
watching. Yeah.
And Bottleston.
So
in
you
for the
answered
Wildcats.
my question.
There it is. Yeah, I agree with you. I was kind of curious of how long they could afford to keep him on the bench. You know, and now they're going to sit Hedke to save him with those fouls. But all Hedke did was kind of give him about a 2-minute rest there, and now he's back to end this first half.
Knocked out of bounds. Good hustle by Simmons, but he was the last one to touch it. So River Falls will get the ball in a 5-point lead with minute 42 left.
Free throw line's not been good for the Old Abes here the first half.
On the cut, Preston Johnson gets it back up top to Severson. Here's Butts. Joey Butts over Mboga. Impressive by Joey Butts.
Yeah, nice little lane jumper right there. Old Abes tried to go for the steal and didn't get it. Left him open for that one.
Jesperson for three. That's no good. Butts the rebound. Under a minute to go. Butts keeps the dribble alive, and then he double dribbled.
Yeah, he was going to pass it inside to Johnson, and Johnson got taken away, and that caused that double dribble.
Caleb Yates, the 6'4 junior, now in for Memorial. Cody Olson back in for the Wildcats. He'll get Eli Johnson, so Eli Johnson will sit with the 2 personal fouls.
Yeah, that's a good move right there late in the first half. No reason for Eli Johnson to pick up a third here before the half.
Eli Johnson has yet to score.
Yeah, that foul trouble has been an issue.
He averages just under 9 points per game. Jesperson up top. Clark. Free throw line. Jumper short. Abes tried the back tap with Yates, and then River Falls trying to save it. Butts falling into his own bench. But the Abes will keep it.
Yeah, Butts actually threw it off the Old Abe player, but they said that Butts had stepped on the sideline before he got rid of it.
Bauer gets it to Mboga.
Looks like the Old Abes are going to settle here and just go for one shot here.
Yeah, they got off to a great start. Now find themselves, they at one point led 14-7. Now they find themselves down 7.
Yeah, their shooting's really cooled off here the last 5 minutes. Old Abe's going to run that high ball screen. Just going to let Cooper work it.
Jesperson in traffic, and again he'll go to the line. HS Fence is serving Wisconsin's commercial and residential fencing needs for the last 18 years. HS Fence specializing in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. 10th team foul on the Wildcats, so double bonus time here with just a couple ticks left on the clock. Eli and Preston Johnson back in for River Falls. Another free throw coming for Jesperson, who's up to 12 points now.
You can bring Eli back in because you're going to be in the offensive set now, and he can get these boards.
Botts trying to beat the clock. Good if it goes. That one.
And it doesn't, and there's
over the backboard.
No horn, so we assume it was not going to count.
River Falls 38, Eau Claire Memorial 32 as we head into halftime. Sparks, your impressions of that first half?
Well, started out hot, right? The Old Abes were hitting everything from the arc. They were driving, creating things, and like you talked about, off just to a great start. Then all of a sudden, River Falls kind of clamped down on them. We're forcing them to shoot more but threes, but making it a contested three, and that's when the Old Abes kind of got cold there the last 5-6 minutes, and River Falls went on their run. They got hot, so they ran a good stretch of offense, and they find themselves up 6 here at half.
Leading scorers in that first half for River Falls, Joey Butts has 14, Preston Johnson with 10. Cooper Jesperson leading Memorial in scoring. He's got 12 points, and Wesley Mboga has 7. You can get Culligan Water for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. We'll take an extended break here on Zaleski Sports. We'll be back with second half action in just a bit. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Marathon Red Raiders All Access is sponsored by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan. Promises kept. Plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org today.
Keep working. Come on. 20 seconds. Rebounder. Keep working. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Let's just have the prime player start with it and go chase. Throw it to that side. Just go. Yep. Just go chase it. Go. Good, good. That's good. One-on-one. Nice. You must see the rim and then make a decision. Okay? Quicker decision. Let's go. Go. See it. Move it. See it. Move it. See it. Attack it. Shoot it. There you go. Good take, Danny. Outlet, I think there's times where, go ahead, cut, Maven. You know, if I go here, I don't need to get all the way down here. I can just get to here, and then look, I've got 1 or 2 options on that side that I can kick that ball, and that's great. That really makes the defense work then, right? That creates a long closeout. All right, Addie, go. Cut, Maven, go.
My name is Maddie, and I beat cancer. Friday we're doing a game against Prentice, and we're raising money for Children's Miracle Network, and they've helped me a lot. I'm a miracle child this year, and I'm doing a lot of things to help them raise money. Being in sports, I played all throughout my treatment. I played all 4 years of high school. I played in middle school, so I just wanted to keep with it, and I knew like if I kept doing that, like it would just help me boost my confidence. I'm thankful for the whole community. They really came together and helped raise money for me at the beginning of all my treatment. And my parents are always a big support. My brothers, my whole family, and just everyone around in the community was a support. I just kept a positive mindset, and I didn't let anything let me down because I knew I was going to beat it, and I didn't want to let it beat me. It was a pretty good feeling. I mean, finding out that I was cancer-free, I knew that that was my biggest achievement I was ever gonna make in my life. My message to anyone who's going through this is just to stay positive and always look at the good. Even though there's gonna be bad days, just think about all the positives. Have as much fun as you can. Keep your mind distracted.
kids are, the more comfortable you become passing and catching the ball, squaring. Emma and Miley, I thought you did a really nice job of seeing the rim and then making decisions, whether that be to attack or pass. Guards, I thought we moved it pretty well. And second half, I thought we were better offensively, and it showed. Give yourself a clap, 1, 2, 3. Nice job. All right. We know we're a young team. But enjoy this. Okay, this is a really great win for you. Prentice is a pretty good team. They've played a lot of them. The Edgars tough. They played Stratford tough. You saw. Girls, we've got second half of the conference season coming starting next week. Now it's our time, and we show how much better and better and better we're getting. Give yourself a clap. 1, 2, 3. Without further ado, and we have one more thing after this. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Yes! All right. Meadow has the game ball. Okay. We will get everybody and get their autograph. Yeah. Okay. And that ball, man, come on up. Yeah. This ball's going to Matthew. Come on up. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Let's go. Break it down. 50-50, and then we're going to do that pass the hat thing. We'll let you know. Please help us out. We are together. We are family.
Well, we had a conversation when we found out what was happening tonight, and it's a doubleheader, and we wanted to make people aware that officials are people too, so we took our game checks and donated it to the cause tonight. So we're not looking for individual recognition. We just happen to be the lucky crew that was assigned to this night, and we heard what was going on. We thought it was an opportunity for us to bring the human side of officiating to basketball, because when you're playing or your children are playing, it's a big deal if there's a foul called or not a foul. But what we've learned through high school sports and sports in general is there's a lot bigger lessons in life, and this was an opportunity for us to be a part of it. So that's why we chose to help out tonight. So, and I will say that we were just lucky enough to be assigned. There's anybody as a part of the officiating community in Central Wisconsin that could have been assigned to this tonight that probably would have done the same thing.
Congrats on your senior year, Maddie, and for always giving your all and everything you do. Sending love to you.
Everybody stand and give these two courageous young ladies a huge round of applause.
All right, we are back to the Eagles Nest at Eau Claire Memorial High School. Old Abe's versus River Falls Wildcats in boys basketball at the break. Wildcats leading the Abes 38-32. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger back at the Eagles Nest. If you got into that all-access marathon basketball, you can always go to the Zaleski Sports website and watch that. Here, Sparks, it was a really nice start for Eau Claire Memorial. They built a 7-point lead, led 14-7. They were knocking down, I think they had 4 threes in that stretch. In that first 12 of their first 14 points came via the three, and after that they cooled off, and then River Falls started finding ways of getting the ball down low.
Yeah, that was the key for River Falls, was trying to find those mismatches underneath, and the Wildcats big and physical. They just were posting up to smaller Old Abes and working them on the blocks and finding a way to bury it deep, and that's what made them be successful. And once you start hammering it down and deep, you're going to find Joey Butts more often on the perimeter then.
Abes with the ball to start the second half. Here's Wesley Mboga, gives to Cooper Jesperson. Now Julius Clark. Elliott Height back to Mboga. Jesperson, three-pointer, it's short. Wildcats went for the steal, didn't come up with it, but now they got the basketball and they get Joey Butts open from behind the arc. It's no good. Elliott Height, the rebound, finds Hetke. Mboga. Jesperson on the drive, contact down low, offensive foul on Cooper Jesperson.
Yeah, he penetrated in, got up in the air, and unfortunately wound up taking him forward. Good job by Bottleson being set and taking that charge.
You know, it's hard when you're coming in with that kind of speed. It's hard to jump straight up. You tend to jump forward.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's hard to gather and go straight, so
here's River Falls. Their second possession of this second half. Preston Johnson up top. Preston Johnson had a good first half with 10 points. Joey Butts led the way in scoring for River Falls. He's got 14. They clear it. Inside, Eli Johnson. Nice moves down low.
yeah, and there again, there's your mismatch. Wildcats working their offense. Since the Old A's are switching everything, they finally find Johnson against Jesperson, and he'll take that every day.
Julius Clark,
good finish.
Strong take to the hoop. Julius Clark now with 7 points. That bucket for Eli Johnson was his first of the game. Preston Johnson, that's off. Severson tries to save right to the hands of Eli Johnson. Kick out to Bottleson. They repost Johnson. Tough move down low, no good. Bryce Hetke the rebound.
And Boga, good job coming over and giving some help right there.
Hetke clears to Height. Hetke will launch from distance, that's no good. Rebound knocked around, they say. Last touch by the Apes.
I think the Abs are going to need a few of those to start dropping from other people, not just Jesperson, but some of those other guys can really knock down that three, and they need to start getting that feel and getting it back for the old Abs.
On the drive, Severson lost the handle out of bounds. It's Memorial basketball. Severson was looking for a call.
Yeah, he was. Tripped over something and went down, was looking for a little help, didn't get the call.
So here the Abs down by 6. Each team with the bucket to start this second half. And Boga to bring it up. Jesperson, nifty moves on the baseline, finds Hetke. Three-pointer no good. Battle for the rebound, and it'll stay with the Abs. Nice job by Elliott Height to hit the ball off of Eli Johnson and out of bounds.
Yeah, being active right there. Elliott Height doing a nice job, and that shot went up. Just getting active and getting after it.
Jesperson. Step back three-pointer is good. Well, he saw he had Eli Johnson on him, and he just kind of backed the big man in a little bit and did the step back and swished home the three. It's a three-point game now. Butts into the lane, gets the roll.
Too easy right there. Butts, nice job penetration and gathering, going straight up, knocks it down.
River Falls up by 5 now. Clark finds Mboga. Three-pointer is short. Rebound Preston Johnson ahead to Joey Butts. Preston Johnson now clears to Bottleson. Finds Butts. And they'll reset. Severson up top now. Knocked away by Elliott Height.
Yeah, good defense by Height getting around.
Clark, step back three-pointer, it's no good. Eli Johnson the rebound. Preston Johnson with it up top to Eli Johnson. Now Joey Butts. Guarded by Jesperson. Bottleson takes a look. Now Severson. And a steal. Julius Clark jumped the passing lane.
Yeah, good quickness there. If Severson gets that in that post up, he's going to probably eat him alive on the block. So Julius using this quickness.
Here's Clark. Finds Hetke, back to Clark. Height. Gets it taken away by Severson. Both teams playing some defense here in the second half. Eli Johnson on the wing. Knocked away by Jesperson. Abe's trying to keep it alive, but
Severson was out of bounds when he touched it.
Severson was out of bounds. That is correct. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. You got a full time out on the floor, we'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop, whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Eau Claire Memorial basketball down by 5. Elliott, Bryce Hetke to bring it up, finds Cooper Jesperson. Owen Gibson, number 22, has entered the game for Memorial. That's in with the basketball. Gives it up to Jesperson. Jesperson guarded by Bottleson. Jesperson had the open look, follows his shot and gets the bucket.
Great job by Jesperson, realizing he was going to leave that short. Oh, there's that transition for the Wildcats.
Hayden Bottleson with the answer. Well, there's been a couple times, Sparks, that Memorial gets a bucket. You think they have some momentum, and River Falls just hits them on a quick hitter. Julius Clark to Mboga, now Hetke. Jesperson, three-pointer, no. Gibson keeps it alive. Jesperson again. That one rims out. Mboga the rebound in the bucket.
That was big for Mboga to get that board and get 2 for the old Abes.
Mboga up to 9 points. Preston Johnson to Bottleson. Eli Johnson. And they get the offensive foul on Eli Johnson. That is his third.
Yeah, Julius Clark got tied up trying to guard Eli, and Eli turned to go to the hoop, and he sold the charge big time.
Shamar Simmons back in for Eau Claire Memorial. Eli Johnson will check out for River Falls. Brody Gretz back in for the Wildcats. Mboga all the way to the hoop.
Oh, nice crossover.
Boy, it's so nice you got a 6'4" wing player with the handles of Wesley Mboga.
Yeah, and we've seen him just take off in the scoring. We had him over at North where he put up 24 in that game, so he could take over this second half.
Joey Butts down low, operating against Jesperson. Whistle and a foul. Jesperson picks up his second. Enjoy the benefits of business banking at Security Financial Bank with several options to fit your business. Learn more about business banking at sfbank.com. Butts up top. Clears to Gretz. It's Brody Gretz. Now Bottleson. Hands to Butts. Butts, you can see he's got that left wrist taped up, and that tape is starting to come undone. Butts, nice pass down low. Bottleson gets it back. Bottleson again. No. And Simmons comes away with the basketball.
Good job of the Old Abe's just going straight up right there, just walling that off and not causing a foul. Tough shot in there.
And Boga hands to Jesperson. Now Clark. Nice two-play catch. Jesperson wanted to get it to Hetke. It's off of Gretz and out of bounds.
You know, we go back to that River Falls transition on offense. When the Old Abe guards shoot the basketball, you know, the old school of thought was follow your shot. You've always got to follow your shot. Well, the problem with that is if you're the high guy on that defense and all of a sudden you go follow your shot, nobody's rotating back. And that's exactly what happened to the Old Abe's at one time. So really, sometimes you cannot follow your shot because you're the first person back on defense.
Julius Clark. Nifty move down low, and the Abes now on a 6-0 run. They've got the lead. Quickly back the other way, Hayden Bottleson.
There again, that rotation back. The guard's got to rotate back, get back on defense.
Jesperson getting a break right now for the Abes, and Ian Bauer is in there. Entry pass into all kinds of traffic, and River Falls gets the steal. Gretz on the push to Butts. Butts on the drive, gets the roll.
Finish. Draws the contact, gets it to finish.
Hetke for three, yes!
Oh, he needed that one.
He took his time, measured it up, and drained it.
You could just see a sigh of relief when he saw that one go through the net.
Severson guarded by Simmons. Preston Johnson now, long distance three-pointer is good. Boy, we've seen some elite shot making in this game, Sparks.
Yeah, that one was from deep. The Old Abe got caught in a switch, but I don't think they were expecting any way that he was going to take that shot.
Julius Clark into the lane, a lot of contact. No, Clark then hits the deck. They're going to get the foul on River Falls.
Well, good job by Julius Clark fouling his shot and springing right back up for that rebound. He actually drew the contact on the rebound.
It's a non-shooting foul. Each team with 2 fouls this half. Elliot Height back in for Memorial, and Cody Olson checking in for River Falls. So now the Abes have both Jesperson and Imboga on the bench. Julius Clark on the drive, spins away from Butts and scores.
So quick, so athletic.
Gretz in the lane. He'll clear it up top to Severson. Butts guarded by Bauer. Back to Severson. Now Butts again. Gretz from the perimeter. It's no good, and the Abes can't corral the rebound. Jesperson back in now for Memorial.
We can see Coach Brisky's now doing his subbing to get one start out at a time just to kind of get them fresh for the stretch run.
Inbounds pass to Butts, taken away by the Abes. Now Jesperson. To Clark, they clear it to Height. Bauer with it. Picks up his dribble, finds Clark. Julius Clark into the lane. They find Bauer in the corner. Jesperson passes on the 3. Keeps the dribble alive, and now it's Height. 7.5 minutes to go, second half. Abes with the ball, down 1. Jesperson into traffic, and they get a held ball, possession arrow point in the way of the Wildcats. Great defense that time by Eli Johnson. Preston Johnson checks in for River Falls. Castle Insurance, based in Eau Claire, is your local independent insurance provider. For all your insurance needs, you can depend on Castle Insurance. Now Wesley Mboga getting set to check back in for the A's. Joey Butts inside, Eli Johnson backing in. Here comes the double team. Johnson, nice moves on the baseline.
Yeah, that time Johnson took his time, didn't drop the shoulder or anything, just a little spin move. Because again, he's got that size over Clark.
Great move, Jesperson. Hit from behind. Jesperson down hard, and he's going to want a little attention here.
I think he dropped. I think he fell on that elbow.
Shoulder, shoulder and the elbow. So we certainly hope for the best there for Cooper Jesperson, leading scorer for the Old A's. The foul goes on Eli Johnson, and that is his 4th. Well, they get Cooper Jesperson up to a seated position, and they're definitely taking their time. Now they'll get him to his feet. So, yeah, he really hit the deck hard, and you can see he's kind of moving that left arm, and they're going to walk him back to the training room and have a look at him. We've got a timeout on the floor. So we'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Blue Northern Distributing of Eau Claire, Wisconsin is a local family-owned business and has been distributing products in western Wisconsin for over 20 years. Our friendly truck drivers are extensively trained to be the best in the industry.
Because it's a really good family-oriented company.
Blue Northern distributes milk and dairy products to many schools and businesses. Right now, we are seeking qualified Class A truck drivers to join our fleet. Apply today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com.
All right, we're back to live action. So with Cooper Jesperson having to leave to get some medical attention, it's Wesley Mboga shooting the free throws as selected by the Wildcats, and Mboga missed them both. So free throw shooting continuing to be an issue for the Old A's. They trail by 3. River Falls with the lead in the basketball. Knocked out of bounds. Wildcats will keep it. Bryce Hetke back in for Memorial. So a really crucial stretch now coming up for Memorial with their leading scorer, Cooper Jesperson, getting some medical attention, and his status the rest of the way is unclear. So a big challenge ahead for the A's. Preston Johnson won't get the roll, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, this is where Mboga and Julius Clark have got to step up offensively and kind of take over for Jesperson being out.
Yeah, I think you could probably add Hetke to that list as well. He did hit that. He had a nice 3 earlier.
Yeah, you're right. He could be feeling it now. Now he had that one fall for him, so and he might be forced into that role of trying to drain a few more.
Jonas Severson in for River Falls. Again, last time these teams played, it was a 68-61 win for Memorial in overtime. But we're kind of trending, at least in terms of score and pace, we're kind of trending that same way. Very different game from that first one in River Falls when the A's opened up that 20-point lead, and River Falls came roaring back to force the OT. Julius Clark will go to the line to shoot a pair. And we can see off to our right, Cooper Jesperson has returned to the floor. They're getting an ice bag for him. They're going to put that on that.
Put that on the
elbow.
Left elbow, yep. So we'll see if he can return by just getting that iced for a little bit.
Clark knocks down the free throw to make it a 2-point game. Clark up to 12 points. And 2-2 for Julius Clark. Back to a 1-point game.
Yeah, not enough of that for the Old A's tonight. Knocking down free throws. So good job by Clark, creeping him back into within 1.
Johnson up top, finds Severson. Butts with it. Butts, step back. It's off.
Good help by Hedke that time on defense.
Simmons tracks down the loose ball to Clark. Julius Clark to the hoop for 2, and the Abes are back on top. Quickly back the other way, Preston Johnson, Hayden Bottleson, tough shot. Boy, every time it seems like the Abes might grab some momentum, they hit a big shot, River comes right back. Hatke in the lane, no. Simmons the rebound. Clears to Bauer, now in Boga. Julius Clark thought about the 3. Hands to Simmons. Shamar Simmons to the hoop, blocked from behind, and last touch by the Abes. Heck of a play by Jonas Everson.
Yeah, great job recovering from that because it was a great move by Shamar Simmons.
Yeah, it was a blow by. Both players went with the player on the perimeter and gave Simmons a lane to the bucket, but Severson, great job on the recovery. Wildcats with it, 1-point lead, 5 minutes to go. Preston Johnson gets inside and scores. I'm really impressed with how well River Falls is able to get to the basket.
Yeah, Johnson up to 15 now, so he's done a nice job of doing just that.
Julius Clark in traffic, he gets fouled. We can see that Cooper Jesperson has returned to the bench. He's sitting down there next to his dad, and he's just trying to work that elbow a little bit, and still with the ice. Hetke to Clark. Julius Clark on the drive.
Boy,
Get the roll.
Yeah, that's been going for him lately, too.
Preston Johnson dribbling through traffic, finds Eli Johnson, now Severson. Knocked away by Simmons out of bounds. River Falls will keep it with 4:22 left. The Dahlman Insurance Agency provides business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Knutson in Elk Mound or Wayne Dahlman in Eau Claire. Dahlman Insurance. Come for the rates. Stay for the service. Preston Johnson on the drive. Hesitation move right to the bucket for 2.
Pretty move. Blows right by for the easy 2.
So after the Abes had taken a 54-53 lead, it's a 6-0 run for River Falls. Now they have a 5-point lead with under 4 to go. River Falls fans starting to make some noise, and a timeout taken by Chad Brisky and the Old Abes. It is a full timeout. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
We are back at the Eagles' Nest, 3:49 to go. River Falls with a 5-point lead on Eau Claire Memorial. Cooper Jesperson remains on the bench for Eau Claire Memorial. He took a fall earlier in this half, landed hard on what appeared to be his elbow, got some attention. He has now at least moved up to the front part of the bench, so we'll see if and when he returns. Abe's looking to rally, down 5. Mboga won't get the roll. And then Johnson had it stripped by Simmons. Johnson took it back. Preston Johnson now. Gives it up to Eli Johnson. Now Joey Butts. Eli Johnson in the low blocks. Picked up by Bottleson. Good patience underneath. He can't finish. Height the rebound to Hetke. We have 3 minutes left. Ian Bauer to Elliott Height. Wesley Mboga. Simmons not a three-point threat. Bauer can shoot it. Here's Hetke. River Falls fans appreciating the defense. With Jesperson out, where do the Abes go for offense?
Yeah, and you got Julius Clark sitting right now, so Hetke can't get it.
And a rebound, Severson.
Yeah, little limited right now offensively are the old Abes.
Kick out. Bottleson will try a three-pointer, and he sticks it.
Puts the Wildcats up 8 with just over 2 to play. Big hoop.
Mboga with it. Bauer. Here's Mboga in the corner. We're under 2 minutes to go. Abes don't have a whole lot of time left. Mboga hits the floater, and the Abes will get a timeout. 62-56, minute 50 left. Timeout on the floor. So 30, we'll step aside. Back with more. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Back at the Eagles Nest, Eau Claire Memorial High School. Here's our situation. It's River Falls leading Eau Claire Memorial 62-56. That's the Wildcats basketball.
Old A's picking up full court.
Time is not on Memorial's side here. Preston Johnson nearly lost the handle. And he gets called on the travel, dragged the pivot foot.
Good job by Hetke that time, taking away the left hand. And that's basically what Preston Johnson's been going hard to his left and to the hoop. And that time Hetke took it away, created that travel.
Elliott Height in for Shamar Simmons as the Old Abes do a little defensive substitution. Hetke to bring it across, minute 30 left. Bauer with it. Hetke.
Got blocked.
Blocked. Abes save it. Clark for three. Yes!
Timeout, Old Abes.
Julius Clark, a clutch three with a minute 16 left. We got another timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a bit. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the #1 goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept. You stop, pause, and you make sure that you grasp that before you move on. The RVA will work with your child's needs and will provide the support and the attention that your child not only needs but deserves.
River Falls ball. Wildcats lead by 3. Just over a minute to go. Abes cutting into that lead on a clutch 3 by Julius Clark prior to the timeout. Backdoor cut. Joey Butts. Count it! And the foul! Oh, my goodness.
You just had to believe coming out of that timeout That's exactly who they wanted to set up. When you've got a go-to player like that, you're going to run a set play, and they did, and they found Joey Butts, and he puts it in, and the end one. He could stretch this out again to 6.
Foul goes on Ian Bauer for Joey Butts. He is up to 20 points. Misses the free throw. Bauer into the front court for Memorial, under a minute to go. Hetke all the way to the hoop. No, Mboga had his hands on it. Hyde has it, tied up by Eli Johnson.
That'll stay with the old
Arrow
Abes.
pointing the way of the Abes. Still time left, 52.2 seconds. And again, Memorial playing without Cooper Jesperson, who took a hard fall, and he has remained on the bench since the just past the midway point of the second half. Hetke and Clark would be your two main options for three-point shots. Clark, a lot of contact there. Clark finishes.
Plays through it. Brisky with another timeout.
It's a full timeout. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
At Marquardt Motors, we want our customers to experience the highest possible level of satisfaction. That's why we offer the largest selection of new and used vehicles at the lowest possible price. It's why we offer Saturday service, and we have our own body shop on site. I'm Dave Marquardt. I invite you to come experience the personal service we worked for 50 years to achieve and will continue to improve on for many years to come.
39.9 seconds remaining. River Falls leading Eau Claire Memorial 64-61. The Wildcats will have the basketball. And after the made bucket, Jonas Severson can run the baseline to end down this ball. He throws it deep for Eli Johnson. It was knocked away by Mboga. Johnson gets it to Preston. Johnson counted in the foul!
Well, I tell you what, this second half has definitely been the Preston Johnson show. He has stepped up big for the Wildcats.
And how about River Falls being aggressive in that kind of situation?
Yeah, going deep on that one. Had a guy fly, but then they followed him up just in case, and he found him on that drive. And like you said, being very aggressive, taking it to the hoop.
Johnson misses on the free throw. Rebound to Bauer, ahead to Hetke. Abe's down by 5. Hetke finds Mboga. He'll launch a three-pointer, and that's good!
Abe's within 2, but they have no timeouts left.
Time continues to tick off the clock. We get a timeout taken by Zach Campbell and the Wildcats. And it is a full timeout. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Blue Northern Distributing of Eau Claire, Wisconsin is a local family-owned business and has been distributing products in western Wisconsin for over 20 years. Our friendly truck drivers are extensively trained to be the best in the industry.
Because it's a really good family-oriented company.
Blue Northern distributes milk and dairy products to many schools and businesses. Right now, we are seeking qualified Class A truck drivers to join our fleet. Apply today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com.
Which means I'm parked. We are back at the Eagles Nest at Eau Claire Memorial High School. It's a 2-point game. Heck of a battle between the Wildcats and the Old Abes. Abes have hit a couple clutch buckets, but every time River Falls has had an answer. Abes threw the last blow with a three-pointer by Wesley Mboga to make it 66-64, but Rivers got the ball and the lead with 20 seconds left. Get it to Preston Johnson. He's hounded by Wesley Mboga and fouled by Mboga. So we'll walk. No, we're not going to walk to the other side to shoot free throws because Abes have fouls to give.
Yeah, they've got to get 2 more in here before the Wildcats go to the line. So they've got to be
six
quick.
Teams fouls on the Abes now.
Okay.
A quick foul now will put River Falls on the line. And
yeah, I looked too quick, Brattle. They hadn't put it up yet. There's a double team. Oh, not sure the A's had to foul in this situation. They had a great double team right there.
And so Joey Butts will head to the free throw line. Shamar Simmons will check out. Elliott Height back in. The offense-defense substitutions continuing for Chad Brisky. And the A's were down to 16.8 seconds left. Joey Butts, 20 points on the night. If you're going to pick one person from River Falls to shoot free throw, Sparks, I think it's going to be this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure the old A's were trying to double him on that out of bounds and try to prevent him getting the ball, but he still got it.
No, River Falls will pull 3 guys back. They'll keep Eli Johnson there on the blocks. 2 of 2 by Butts. Big free throws. Time running out on the Abes. Hatke with the right hand scores. But time continues to tick away. Eli Johnson gets fouled. River Falls wants an intentional foul on Elliott Height.
Well, Height definitely got the foul, but he didn't really grab. He kind of reached around and fouled. He didn't do it so deliberate that he could make it a 2 and end the ball. So Johnson will have to at least make one of these 2.
Zach Campbell wants a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here with 4.3 seconds left. Sparks, we thought we were going to see a good one, especially since these 2 teams played an overtime game in River Falls just over a month ago, and boy, we have been entertained tonight.
Absolutely, some great athleticism. These guys going up and down, and it's been a fast-paced game. And it's just been kind of one of those games of runs, you know, who gets hot for a 2-3 minute stretch. And for the Wildcats, fortunately for them, they got that last run to put them up, and the Old A's have been trying to recover without Cooper Jesperson, as he's been out for about the last 5 minutes of the game with that elbow injury. But you know, Julius Clark and Wesley Mboga have done everything they possibly can to drive them back into this thing. It's within 2 and only 4 seconds to play.
And in the big picture, I mean, who knows how this could help Memorial going forward, playing without their scoring leader. You know, not an ideal situation, but you're right. Other guys have had to chip in, and credit to the Abes because they could have folded the tents when Jesperson went out, but they've kept battling.
Johnson shooting the bonus here. Johnson stepped over. They're going to give the ball to the Old A's out of bounds. They've got a chance.
Either way, it would have been Memorial ball. So, here we go. 4.3 seconds to go. And we have yet another timeout. Since I have Jason Zaleski sitting to my left, I'm just going to ask him, we're going to stay here or go to break? We'll stay here.
He wants to
we'll
stay
talk
right
strategy.
Here.
All right,
Absolutely.
Coach Sparger, let's draw something up now.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got 4 seconds, and what they say is you've got 4 dribbles, right? They talk about how 1 dribble per second, that should easily get you across the half court. So you want to free up, and I'm telling you what, I'm freeing up Julius Clark. I want to get the ball in his hands. He is the quickest. He will get down that floor no problem in 4 seconds and get a shot off. So to me, if I'm the Old A's, set it up, free up Julius Clark to take that ball and just go.
I like this strategy. The one thing I would say, and Coach has told me this, you could advance the ball faster by passing it than dribbling it. So you try to free Clark somewhere between midcourt and the top of the arc, get him the ball quickly, let him try to create. If he's got a lane to the bucket, go to the hoop. Otherwise, you put Hetke and Mboga on the wings. The defense collapses on Clark. You got a guy open for a 3. Either way, your margin for error is slim.
It is. You know, that sleeper, like you talked about, somebody that may just be sitting open on that penetration, could be a Hetke. sitting outside there, and he's had some good looks.
And you see where Clark is set up on the far sideline. They get him in motion. He gets the basketball, loses his handle, back to Imboga. Imboga will launch.
Ooh, just short.
And it's no good. It grazed the front of the rim, and River Falls wins it 68-66.
Well,
Sparks, that was right on line.
Yeah, Julius Clark lost his footing and lost the ball, so he had to give it up. And then Boga knew that he was running out of time after that transition play. And so he took a little power dribble, gathered himself, and shot it from half court, and just left it off the front of the rim.
What a game here at the Eagles Nest. River Falls over Eau Claire Memorial 68-66. Both of these games played between these teams were classics. This season they wind up in a split, road team winning each game. River Falls with the win improves to 13-3 overall, 6-2 in the Big Rivers Conference. Eau Claire Memorial drops to 13-4 and suffers its first Big Rivers Conference loss. Abes are now 7-1. And here's the thing, Sparks. Memorial's a Division I team. River Falls is Division II. I would say both of these teams are going to be a tough out when the playoffs roll around.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like River Falls in that D2 level, because, again, they've got that size inside. They can be physical. And then you've got that automatic point scorer with Joey Butts. He can go off on a night and get you 30. And what a great game out of number 10, Preston Johnson for the Wildcats. I think he was really the difference makers for the Wildcats tonight and really helped push them over that finish line.
Joey Butts, 20 points. Preston Johnson, 19 for River Falls. Julius Clark had 20 for the Old Abes. Wesley and Bogey, 11. Jesperson had 12 at the break. I don't know how many he had in the second half before he had to leave with that injury. And obviously, that was a factor in this one.
Yeah, and actually Mboga ended up with 16. And we talked about the second half with Cooper Jesperson out of the game, that those two, Clark and Mboga, had to really step it up, and they did. Late in that half, boy, they really did. They concentrated on their offense, and they went to the hoop and made some big buckets to give the Old Abes a chance to pull out the victory. And again, just short as the Wildcats pull it out.
Coming up next, the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team. When you experience any sports-related injury or issue, you can count on prompt, proper diagnosis and customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. That's coming up next. You have been watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners: orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest, Eau Claire Memorial High School. River Falls knocking off Eau Claire Memorial, joined now by Wildcats Joey Butts and Preston Johnson. Joey, let's start with you. 2 epic games against Eau Claire Memorial this season. They got you in overtime at your place. You got them tonight. What was key for you in this game?
I think both teams made big plays down the stretch, but we were the team that finished the job and came out with W, so that was the biggest thing.
There were a couple times that second half they would hit a big bucket that looked like it would give them some momentum, and you guys came right back and answered. What goes into that? Is that just strategy, or is that just how you guys like to play?
I think our group just has that never give up mentality. We always talk grit, we always talk grind, and we never think we can't come back from something, and that attitude helped us out tremendously.
Preston, let's turn over to you. Same kind of thing. There was the start of this game, it almost looked like the pace was going to be, you're going to get a game in the 70s or 80s, and it kind of slowed down. Would you rather play that style, or are you capable of playing any way you can?
Well, it goes either way. Obviously, when we're shooting good, we want to play fast. Offensively, we want to play fast. Defensively, we want to slow them down. And we struggled with that a bit early on, but as soon as we got that figured out, their transition stuff, we were heading to the top.
Early on, they hit some threes, and then they cooled off. What did you guys do defensively to try to extend on their shooters?
Well, we got in foul trouble, so we had to change some matchups, obviously, but we just switched everything super hard. We denied Cooper Jesperson. He's a hell of a player, really good shooter. Denied Julius Clark the best we could. We just did what we had to on defense.
I'll ask you guys, you won't see these guys again because they're Division I, you're Division II, but what can a game like this do for you guys going forward?
This is the type of team we'll play deep in the playoffs, so it's a perfect game to get us ready for a deep playoff run, which is really the biggest goal, is to play as much as we can, and I love this group, and hopefully we can do it.
So you guys are in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House, so what I'm going to do is, Preston, I'm going to hand you the microphone. You know what to do now. I'll get out of the way. Look up at Jason.
Yes, sir. My dad says hi. I'm Preston Johnson. I'm Joey Butts, and we're in the house.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Best of luck to you the rest of the season. All right, you guys take care. All right, so that will do it for tonight here at Eau Claire Memorial High School. We will be back in Eau Claire tomorrow. We will be at Hobbs Ice Center for a big-time matchup in boys hockey between the #1 ranked team in the state, Stevens Point, and the #4 team, Eau Claire Memorial. So join Mike Spengler and I tomorrow just before 2 o'clock. We'll start our pregame coverage of that one. For my color commentator tonight, Dave Sparger, I'm Bob Bradovich saying good night from Eau Claire Memorial High School.